What's up everybody, this is Yair and today we are going to draw Naruto's Ninetales eye. Okay, so today we are going to draw Naruto's Ninetales eye. As you can see, I drew a parallelogram. One side is 6 centimeters and the other is 4.5 centimeters, but you can draw it in any size you want to. Just make sure to use a suitable paper size. So, without further ado, let's get to it. First, we want to get the overall shape of the eye, which is the exact reason why we are using a rectangle. Although, as opposed to the rectangle, we want to get a very nice curve. We got one edge on the left and one edge on the right. The next step will be to give it more thickness, again by using the same shape and drawing with curves. Once we are done with that, we can use this guideline, and from that point we can draw the eyebrow. As you can see, I'm going down and up and then adding the thickness of the eyebrow. And as you can see, it gets thicker towards the edge and it's thinner on the bottom. We'll get rid of all the unnecessary lines. You can do it with a normal eraser if you don't got the eraser stick. And then we'll continue by drawing the iris. Now you can grab any round object you got. It can be some tape, maybe a quarter, a chaser glass, or if you want, you can buy yourself a circle ruler. That way you can draw it in any size you want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw 2 circles just to give the iris some thickness. Next, we'll cross it in the middle and then we'll draw his pupil. And of course, he got the same pupil as the fox, the nine-tailed fox, but basically it's just the shape of a rhombus. Next, we'll draw some lines around the pupil. And then we'll add some wrinkles, just to make it look more intense. Awesome, so we are basically done with the sketching part and the next thing is inking. So you can either use black colored pens or you can use a black color pencil. If you want to use markers later on, it's better to use a black pen, but if you want to use color pencils, you can go ahead and use the black color pencil. Now, for the inking process, what you want to do is rotate the page just like I'm doing now, and that's because I want to get as much comfortable as I can while doing the inking, and I want to go with the natural movement of my hand. As you can see, I'm holding the pen closer to the tip so I can have more control and therefore be more accurate. And then I'm simply go all over the lines. We can do that either by pushing lines or by pulling lines. This process can be tricky sometimes because your hand is not as firm as you want. But let me tell you something, the more you practice, the more it will be, okay? It's just a matter of practicing. Awesome, once we are done with the inking, we're going to grab our eraser and just get rid of all the lead. Make sure to clean it very well because we don't want to smear it by accident once we use the markers. Awesome, now that it's clean, we can use some markers. I'm gonna use Copic markers, but you can also use Winsor & Newton markers or just your regular markers. So first we want to fill the black color. For that we can use the black marker, or we can use a brush, or just use the same black pen and just fill all the areas that are black. As you can see, I'm coloring in the direction of the shape. I'm rotating the page so I can color those edges very carefully. Next, I'm gonna go back to the black pen and color all those tiny areas. I'm doing that because the tip is very small and therefore I won't color outside of the line by accident. Awesome, once we are done with that, we can add the colors. So these are the colors I'm going to use. We'll start with the yellow color, coloring Naruto's eyebrow. Again, with the same method as before, coloring with the shape, pulling and pushing brush strokes, filling all the blank area until we are satisfied. Next, we are going to add some shade to the eye, and we'll do that by using some grays. If you want to be specific, this time I'm using warm grays. Next, we'll use a brighter gray and we'll blend it with the darker gray. And now we'll use the brightest gray and therefore creating a very nice gradient. Now I'm gonna do some adjustments to get more contrast. I'm gonna go back to the darker tone. And now we can move on to coloring the iris. So I'm gonna start with a very dark red, coloring around the pupil and around the iris. Next, we'll use a brighter red. And as you can see, I'm pulling lines towards the pupil. Now we'll use a brighter red. Now you can cover this entire area, but I would like to use another tone of red just to make it look more warm. Awesome! So to finish up the eye, all we have to do is add some highlight, and we'll do that with the white color. If you want, you can use a white color pencil, or another option will be a white pen and just add a nice highlight. Just like that. And we are done, everybody! This is how you draw Naruto's Nine-Tails eye. Thanks a lot for watching this tutorial. Give yourself a round of applause for finishing this tutorial. If you want to support me, make sure to subscribe, leave a like and a comment down below. I'm gonna upload a lot more tutorials in the future. And of course, keep being awesome as always, and I will see you on the next video very soon. Peace.